Good morning, Destiny players, and welcome to another build video here on the channel. If I sound kind of nasally today, I'm coming down with a cold or probably something. I hope not. But anyways, today we take a look at the Rime-Coat Raiment, the new Warlock exotic this season. The first of 3 new exotics I'm covering this season. I'm spacing them out. I chose to do the Warlock one first because I got it first, and it is quite insane. I am Bleedburger, your local handsome jack body pillow guy. Make sure to do what the almighty algorithm demands of thee. Burger, love you a long time. Now let's get to the video. In this season of Stasis, Stasis builds are king, and none among the Stasis builds are quite as powerful as this new exotic. It very easily replaces Osmiomancy as the king of Stasis turret builds, and takes over as a new king of Stasis builds, especially in the Stasis season. Take a shot every time I say Stasis. Let's talk what it does. This chest piece buffs Stasis turrets, raising them about 3 feet higher, giving them increased range and spawning Stasis crystals around it. Underneath the turret, a storm forms that you can stand in to build up a Stasis buddy that allows your weapons to slow enemies hit by your weapons. It does a lot. This exotic does a lot. Some small notes about it. The Stasis crystals do respawn if broken after a small delay. You also lose the slow buff after stepping out of the storm. This exotic wants you to stand in the storm as the turrets have increased range, and it gives you the slow buff. A small tip to give is to always break your own Stasis crystal spawned by this exotic, as we have several parts of this build that work with it. Let's talk those parts by discussing the class. For class, Stasis Warlock. I honestly don't like Prismatic Warlock, hence the lack of videos on it. Doesn't work as well as pure Stasis for this build. For Grenade, Duskfield, as it has the shortest cooldown. Any grenade can be converted into a turret, by the way, not just cold snaps. For Aspects, Bleak Watcher. Hold your grenade button and toss it out to make a Stasis turret that fires slowing projectiles. Very simple, but actually insanely strong. We also have Glacial Harvest. Freezing enemies make stasis shards at the enemy's location. They give melee energy by default, but with Glacial Harvest they also give frost armor, which gives damage resist. For fragments, Whisperer Shards, probably the most important fragment on this build. Shattering a stasis crystal gives you 5 seconds of faster grenade recharge. Breaking more bumps us up to 10 seconds. Your turret makes 4 crystals, so break them and get your grenade back quickly. Whisper of Rending. Primary ammo weapons do more damage to stasis crystals and frozen enemies. Helps us break our crystals for the recharge. Whisper of Rime. You can hold more frost armor stacks, from 5 to 8. You'll always be at 8 with this build. Whisper of Conduction. Stasis shards track to your location. You're usually stationary with the turret out, so this helps you get frost armor. So there's the class goodies, now let's talk weapons and stats. For weapons, go for one of the new ones with Rime Stealer. Gives frost armor when you break a crystal or kill a frozen enemy. The ritual weapon this season, Fair Judgment, works insanely well, and it's not on 120 hand cannons, so that's a bonus. Whenever they make a 900 SMG with Rime Stealer headstone, I will never use anything else. For other weapons, Tessellation is actually pretty good for this build, actually. Gives grenade energy on kill, which is nice. For stats, 100 Discipline, obviously. Gets your Duskfield cooldown down to a minute, so it also includes your Stasis turrets. I will also note that breaking a Stasis crystal puts a scaler on your grenade recharge, so the better your Discipline, and with the scaler, the quicker your recharge. You'll be a lot faster than, say, running 50 Discipline. Put your other stats wherever you please. Like Resilience, Frost Armor does stack on top of Resilience, so you'll be unkillable, which is great. Now let's talk mods to wrap this build up in a nice bow and deliver it alongside a pipe bomb to your local politician's house. In Minecraft. The mods for this build are grenade based and use a kickstart to help get our grenade back. Let's begin. On Helmet, it's mostly all flex mods. Harmonic Targeting to get better aim assist with stasis weapons. Special Ammo Finder to help get ammo for Tessellation or whatever special ammo weapon you might be running, and a Harmonic Siphon to make orbs on double kills with stasis weapons. On arms, also mostly flex. Double Harmonic Reloaded to give better reload speed for stasis weapons. We also have a grenade kickstart. If you have an armor charge, gained by default by picking up an overpower, using your grenade, including making a stasis turret, consumes all armor charges to give a refund on grenade energy. On boots, double orbs of restoration. Picking up an orb gives ability energy to the lowest charged ability. It's usually a grenade because you never need to use your other abilities. We also have elemental charge. Class collectibles like fire sprites and stasis shards fill an imaginary meter. When the meter is full, you gain armor charge. Takes about 6 stasis shards to give a charge, which is not hard. On class item, Double Bomber. Using their class ability gives grenade energy. We also have Powerful Attraction. Class ability use slurps of all nearby orbs of power, and Motes and Gambit. So there's the mods, and here's the overview. Take a look, rate the goodies, and make sure to subscribe. At the time of voicing this, I'm only 3 away from 1,400 subscribers. Do your part to grow a burger. Now let's talk how this build plays. This build is genuinely insane, especially in Onslaught. It locks down entire lanes just by itself and stops enemies in their tracks. With all the crystals it generates, you can break them to get your grenade back before the first turret runs out. The slow buff helps to freeze and eventually shatter enemies, which does a lot of damage to surrounding enemies. In Onslaught, enemies do tend to clump up, so just a single shatter can wipe out half a wave. Stasis turrets have always been the strongest stasis builds in the game, but this exotic just solidified its spot at the top dog for stasis. The rare case where the strongest build of an element isn't a Titan build. Titan is ridiculously strong, guys. It's been the strongest class for actual years. A single encounter of a world's first phase is not indicative of a whole class. Anyways, Onslaught is made easy with this insane build. Don't even need tonics or artifact perks to make this build insane, but they add even more power to it. I highly recommend putting those osmiomancy gloves away and whipping out a Rime-Coat Raiment today. Get it from Rahul after resetting his rank. Thank you all for coming and watching. Bladeburger, out.